Hello.
We are back with more Echo. We're here on Flynn's Route. We just got through, going to an aquarium to look at some dolphins and everything. And here we are. We're moving on with our lives, so we don't talk about the aquarium anymore. That's right, everyone?
We don't talk about dolphins.
Classic Matt sign.
Alright. I bring the tripod. Bleh, bleh. I can't even talk already. I drink. No, wow. I can't even say the word bring. I bring the tripod back over my shoulder, wincing some as the metal pushes back against my collarbone. There wasn't really much left of the old post office, but getting some B-roll of it seemed obligatory with the Pony Express history here and such. As long as I have lots of filler footage to accompany my voiceover, I should be fine. I think it'll probably look a lot better than most of what the rest of the class will present, though that's not a very high bar to surpass. Most probably wouldn't dare work over their spring break. So why the hell am I? I close my eyes, letting my legs lead the way as I step through the tall grass and back onto the dirt road. It's hot today, way hotter than it usually is in late spring. Everything's kind of hazy too, like there's wildfire air blowing downwind through Echo. Those usually drive my allergies nuts, but so far I'm not feeling too stuffed up or itchy. As screwed up as it sounds, I always kinda liked when there was a big fire in state. I mean, sure, it sucks sneezing all the time and having my nose feel scratchy, but I love the burning smell. It reminds me of barbecues. Doesn't smell like that now, though. That does remind me. I pull out my phone. It's 10:03 a.m. Jenna texted earlier.
Chase, Leo wants to set up his grill at the hill behind your house. Around early afternoon, I think. If you want to stop by, you can.
When we were kids, sometimes my dad would let us roll our little charcoal grill up there and try cooking ourselves. My dad always said it was to keep a wide buffer between us and the house so we didn't accidentally burn the place down. After Flynn set a bush on fire in our backyard during Labor Day, I kinda understand the sentiment. I exhale, shoving my phone back into my pocket. Interesting, Leo decided to schedule it while Flynn is still working. I bring my thumb and forefinger above my muzzle and press into the space between my eyes. I sniff, smelling the faint scent of musty ash that seems to cling to my fur even after the shower I took this morning. And just like that, my blood seems to cool. I get that weird stuttering feeling you have in your heart when you remember something you don't want to. Last night doesn't seem real. I can't believe shit like that exists just past where I grew up. How long has that place been around? It doesn't even have a name. I searched the address some more when I got home, but I didn't find anything online. I mean, I've been in gay bars before in Peyton, usually because some girl I'm friends with drags me there. But nothing quite like that. At least Daxton seemed to not hate it completely by the time we left. Turns out the middle-aged horse guy was an old dastry, the term they used for people who like Ad Astra. Yep. Daxton and him hit it off pretty well while I was away. Carl, meanwhile, was already passed out in my car by the time we got back. It was an awkward car ride home. A strange sense of sad nostalgia takes hold of me as I approach the faded white old brick structure that was my home.
Yo, this is the first time we've seen Chase's house.
Yeah, holy crap.
For the first 3 routes, he didn't bother going back to his old house.
It's nice, dude.
I mean, don't forget, Chase's family no longer lives in Echo themselves. They were a family that had some money. They could have left whenever, Chase's family didn't need to be there anymore. And once Chase had graduated high school and everything, he didn't feel like he needed to be there either. So parents moved out. They didn't have the kid there to keep them in the town either. Why bother staying in town, you know? Don't need that house anymore either. The white picket fence that surrounded the exterior is all but gone now. The few remaining posts are scattered all over the yard, somehow buried in the loose, barren topsoil. I remember Dad always made me paint it every summer, and I'd pitch a huge fit because I hated it. Working in 110-degree temperatures, with scratchy bramble getting stuck in my pads, not to mention the dirt on the paintbrush. Dad was never happy with how it turned out anyway. He'd yell at me for laziness and doing a poor job. He claimed I had no aptitude for work, first placing the blame on me playing too many video games, then Leo. People were supposed to have a sense of satisfaction in their work, but every moment away from an escapist diversion seemed to make me miserable. I cooped myself in my room with a big-ass plug-in fan, watching TV, daydreaming about fictional guys, and eating an absurd amount of cereal. I sigh as I walk over an old plot where Mom's garden used to be. According to City Hall, this place is abandoned and condemned now. I step up to the window of my old bedroom, squinting through the dusty glass and spying the familiar turquoise shag carpet inside. All the furniture is gone, and spiderwebs hang from every corner. There's some graffiti on the wall as well, a gang sign or something that looks like a crooked red number 8. Seeing it, I'm left with a feeling of unease, like the sanctity of what was once mine has been taken away. I don't exactly pine for the days of being stuck in there, but there's this overwhelming pang of awareness that those times have passed and are never coming back. The worries I had growing up are gone, and replaced by these visceral, very adult concerns about money, jobs, debt, and I'll never have a group of friends like I did back then. A sharp whistle breaks my train of thought. I spin around to see the silhouette of 2 figures up the hill overlooking the house. Leo and Jenna. After a moment, TJ walks up next to them and waves.
Chase!
I lift my paw up, offering a limp wave in return. Next thing I know, TJ is making his way down the slope, Leo right behind him. Jenna follows shortly after.
It's good to see you again.
The lynx looks tired, all things considered, the tips of his fur tinged with the orangish dirt of the area. Still, he's beaming at me regardless. It's good to see you too, actually. DJ cocks his head.
Actually?
I blink.
Yeah, what do you mean by that, Otter?
Leo has a stern voice, his eyes hard upon me.
Come on, I want that line back. Yeah, what do you mean by that, Otter?
I mean, you know what I mean. A smirk appears on the edge of the wolf's muzzle, and he steps up to me, slugging my shoulder with enough force to sting a bit.
Well, astonishingly, it's good to see you as well.
I wince a bit from the blow. Leo reaches over and ruffles my head fur.
Sorry.
He grins a little awkwardly. He seems cheery overall. It's hard to believe he's the same Leo that just yesterday I was hiding in a bathroom cupboard from. God, that was Thursday, huh? I try not to look too tense.
Next time, hit him harder.
Jenna gives me an edged look, though there's warmth to her eyes.
Oh, should I have read that a little bit different?
I mean, if you want.
Okay. Next time, hit him harder. And,
She looks me over, then glances towards the road.
I'm surprised he didn't drive.
We found a picnic table on one of the yards of the abandoned houses. We set it up over there.
I'll be back.
Okay, we'll miss you, Flynn. Well, I mean, I'll miss you, but I think everyone else here fucking hates you.
Who?
Wait, why is it going?
I don't hate Flynn. I just think that that Chase is for me and me alone.
Okay, clingy Leo.
He points to the base
Leo
of the
really
slope.
is like a dog.
He's supposed to be a wolf, though.
I mean,
Please don't leave me, Chase. Don't leave me ever.
Alright, well... He points to the base of the hill slope, where sure enough, an old wooden picnic table sits. And TJ was okay with this? The lynx frowns, digging his toes into the dirt.
We put it back when we're done.
You're becoming quite the rebel, TJ. I manage to smile at him. He looks slightly aghast, though Leo chuckles.
Oh, we should put the hot dogs on the grill now. The bacon won't take as long.
Sorry, I have food in my mouth. This was a mistake.
It's okay.
Yeah, it gave DJ a chance to get Randall onto the couch.
Mmm.
You play P. Big old.
Jenna turns, making her way over to the table. Beside it is a green portable propane grill, like the one you use for camping trips. On top of the grill are a couple Ziploc bags.
We're gonna grill these fancy pepper jack hot dogs we got in Peyton and some applewood smoked bacon.
Oh, that actually sounds good.
What the voice
Right?
of Carl said.
Or Chase.
We even got some tofu dogs for Carl. Just like old times, yeah?
Wait, I'm vegan?
Mm-hmm.
You're a goat.
We hadn't thought about this.
I don't know if I should be ashamed or not.
It's purely a dietary restriction. It's not because of like ethics or morals or anything.
Yeah, he just unfortunately can't.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's a goat.
I guess that makes
Carl is the greatest of all time.
He's a goat.
Well, I mean, think about it. Of that entire
Matt.
friend group, he's the only one that's a herbivore.
Oh my god, now I just get that what goat meant. Oh
They
my
all
god.
him.
I've been hearing that said, and I'm like, why? They kind of go, whatever. It's this newfangled thing.
Technically,
And then
Carl's
that-
actually a ram, but yeah.
But yeah.
That was the joke. Yes, yes. I'm glad you caught that, Sam.
It took me a while.
I'm sad.
I hope we've gotten better at cooking since then, but where's Carl? Leo shrugs, TJ chiming in.
Maybe he slept in. It's kind of early. For him, I mean.
We make our way over toward Jenna. Leo's tail wags slightly as he walks. I set my gear down and peer at the table. The thing is dirty as hell. Probably over a decade of dust and weather etched into the wood and metal. I can't remember what neighbor this belonged to. Over the years, there were so many. Usually hippies or retirees seeking to get away from the hustle and bustle of urban and even suburban living. Most become rather disillusioned with the idea of Echo being some lovely desert escape after about a month of living here, though. I glance up at Leo. He looks back at me. He's taking the hot dogs out of the packaging and getting them set up on the grill. The wolf doesn't say anything, and neither do I. He keeps making the same faintly awkward smile whenever I look at him too long. TJ and Jenna have sat down at the table and are digging through a weathered backpack. Jenna takes out some paper plates, setting out a small stack and weighing them down with a rock so they don't blow away.
Seems kind of unhygienic.
Don't worry. We won't eat off that one.
She looks up and over at me.
We'll just give it to Chase.
TJ frowns and shakes his head. I sigh, furrowing my brow some. Look, I'm sorry I haven't been around much this whole trip. I kind of regret it too.
Really?
The Phoenix responds with a tone of feigned surprise, though when we lock eyes, she seems to waver some. She crosses her arms over her tank top chest, looking down, then back up again.
It's okay. It's been an interesting few days for us.
I raise a brow inquisitively. Yeah? Same here. Jenna smiles some in an apologetic fashion, and I move to sit next to her. DJ reaches into the bag and holds up a few bottles of condiments to me.
We got jalapeno ketchup, relish, spicy mustard, and a baggie of chopped onions.
Sounds delicious, TJ.
Yes, I know. It's a spice overload, but it was to appease Leo's iron palate.
Hearing his name, Leo waves at us. You know, I read an article once that people who like spicy food have masochistic tendencies.
Wait. That means I'm a masochist? Oh
Probably.
shit.
Wait.
I mean, literally, the flavor of spice is pain.
I love spicy food. Now I don't.
You do.
I also like spicy food.
Poor Matt's like, oh god, I gotta reevaluate everything.
Do I have to rethink my whole life now?
No, you don't. The thing is, technically speaking, yes, if you actually looked at it from like a just straight up point of like spicy is supposed to be pain, then yes, you're right, it would be technically some form of masochism, but it's not like the masochism that usually we assume with like something sexual, you know?
Huh.
So you're fine if you like spicy food. Doesn't mean that you're into that type of masochism.
Okay, good.
You could be still, but that like it's not related to what food preferences you have.
I don't know.
Correlation.
Either way, Jenna rolls her eyes, glancing to Leo, then back to me.
Only you could confirm that in Leo's case. As for the article, yes, I've heard that before. It's pop psychology, and based off of survey statistics.
What about me?
I think it's supposed to be what about me?
Oh wait, I don't hear. Oh yeah, I'm in like the. Oh yeah. What about me?
You're holding our mess, Leo.
One of Leo's ears flicks to the point to point in our direction.
Chase was just telling us about your masochistic tendencies.
Leo stops what he's doing, looking at us with slightly widened eyes.
My what?
Oh god. I cover my face with my paw.
I wouldn't say I'm into that. We shouldn't be talking about people behind their backs, Chula.
He says this teasingly, stretching out some aluminum foil onto the grill and placing the strips of bacon on it.
Someone should have told you that earlier. You've been talking about Chase non-stop this week.
Who,
Leo stiffens some, then tries to laugh it off. What?
Haha. Was just worried about him, you know? I mean,
He looks to me.
with Flynn. I mean, with Flynn being all unstable and shit.
TJ flinches at the swearing. I'm surprised the lynx was undisturbed during the masochism talk. Maybe he doesn't know what that is?
I'm wondering if he doesn't know what that is.
Probably does.
He probably doesn't.
Also, it could just mean the, like, non-sexual way of, like, you enjoy pain.
You enjoy pain to a certain extent. Maybe that's what he's thinking.
Maybe.
I will also point out, though, don't forget, TJ's a sheltered freshman in college.
Yeah.
Like, his parents kind of protected him, and even now he's at a Christian college. I don't think he's really engaged with much, like, things that are sexual in nature.
Mhm.
I rub my arms apprehensively, peering at Jenna. What sort of stuff was he saying about me? Jenna looks in that wry way she does when she finds herself in a position of advantage over Leo. Leo looks at her anxious.
Nothing bad, Otter. I bet my neck.
Maybe it's best if you two find some time to talk alone today.
The Finnick looks at Leo, as if having delivered on an act of supreme mercy. Leo, in turn, looks at Grateful, keenly aware he has become indebted by the act. Right. We were playing on that anyway, I think. Jenna just nods.
Good.
Y'all need to stop distracting the cook over here. Chase, can you...
Past the sizzling of the grill, the clop of hooves on dirt becomes audible. TJ cranes his neck some to peer past Leo, then smiles.
Earl!
Yo.
Oh, it's, yeah.
Yeah, it's Daxton, and we don't have Harry this week. And Seb, are you back?
Yeah,
Since we don't have Harry, do you want to be Daxton for this week?
sure.
Dude, I love Dex. He's such a good dude.
Hi.
Carl immediately plops himself down at the table across from me, the ram rubbing his eyes with his fists. Daxton, meanwhile, lingers at the end. His eyes are on me, as if waiting for something. Oh, hey Daxton. I didn't know you were coming?
Carl invited me. I wasn't really doing much else today.
I put on a smile, but seeing the two just sort of reminds me all of last night with the dolphins.
The dolphins.
Ugh.
Sounds like you had a real good time with your dolphins. But anyways, good to meet you. I'm Jenna.
Jenna offers a quick nod. Meanwhile, TJ seems to bolt up, offering a paw to the tall salamander.
Hi, I'm TJ. It's good to meet a friend of Carl's.
Daxton looks a little surprised, shaking TJ's paw before looking back to me. He still has that same expectant expression on his face.
Flynn's roommate, right?
Leo strolls up beside him, spatula in grasp.
Did you see the way he slid?
Yeah.
You want to see that again?
Yes.
Daxton, Flynn's roommate, right?
It's like, I'm still here.
Wait, Flynn is involved with this? Get out.
I'm said roommate, yeah. Wait, you look familiar.
Leo squints.
You the Vespa guy?
Daxton looks back towards the road. Daxton?
Same.
Oh.
Same.
Yeah, I drove a Vespa, why?
Leo lets out a humored noise, rubbing his brow with his free paw as he grins.
You come to my dad's shop about the oil leak in the thing. You came. Blah. You came to... Whatever.
Grammar.
Daxton blinks in realization at Leo's weird grammar issues.
Oh, Alvarez Auto Shop up in Payton. Yeah, I went there.
That thing was a damn nightmare. At first I thought you were just using the wrong type of oil, since that's the most common reason. People don't know they gotta use motorcycle oil, which lathers the transmission, gears, valves, and all that. Plus, it's less thick. But the thing was still leaking. So next I drained the overflow tube and the air box and troubleshooted. Took me about 2 hours until I figured out that it had to do with the piston rings being worn out. Problem is, you'll ride the damn special overseas import, yeah?
Hey, Audis.
There's Vespa. Vespa, I feel like there is a company very similar to that. There's no place that has our replacement part. You need it for you need it for at least 7,000 miles.
Mm-hmm. I inherited it from my uncle, the old country.
Brenda.
Guess that's why it took so long.
Yeah, can't say I've ever worked on a machine like that prior to you. So, thanks for the experience. Like I was saying, my dad owns that place. I'm Leo Alvarez.
Leo extends out a paw, though with less gusto than TJ.
Leo.
And that's when Daxton remembers, wait, Evil X Leo, the Evil X, that Leo, Chase's
Yeah.
Leo. Oh no.
I love that eye expression.
Yeah, he's like, wait, oh.
I see Daxton's gaze flick to me, his lips pulling a bit tighter over his smooth face. He takes the paw, shaking it. Leo perks a brow.
Judging by the look on your face, you've heard of me?
A wee bit.
Enough to know that I know you're evil.
Oh, good, I hope, huh?
Did you not hear me? I said evil.
Nobody listens to you right now, TJ.
Hey, I've heard plenty of good things about Leo.
Leo
Ain't that
smiles-
right, Chase?
Oh god. Leo smiles lopsidedly while I try to ignore all this.
Oh, I love it. Dex is honest.
It's like, no.
Not really, but whatever.
Look at Leo. The
Hey, do
response
I?
of oh yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, do I have to get the weed out for the show?
The response elicits a collective irk from most of us. The salamander withdraws his hand and Leo looks a little gobsmacked.
Yeah, I noticed that too. Your roommate's Flynn, so I guess that had to be expected.
I don't know why that sounded so weird in my head.
What
Look at
sounded
Leo's
weird?
face. He went from surprised
Your
and slightly
roommate's
hurt to
friend.
angry.
Flynn, I don't know. Never mind. Continue.
Daxon shrugs, then moves to sit at the table next to me.
Hey, so if you got a minute, can we talk later?
Sure? The salamander looks grateful, but doesn't elaborate further. Leo, meanwhile, stands there rotating the spatula in his paw, with his eyes on the dirt. After a moment, he turns, heading back to the grill, with an expression on his face that I can't quite make out. Jenna props her chin up with her paw, smiling faintly at Daxton.
Wow.
What?
Thing. Just musing out loud. Where you from, Daxton?
The salamander rests his hands on the table, rubbing his thumbs together.
I've been living here in Echo for a year or two. Before that, I was in Colville, where I grew up.
Ugh.
Jenna stops smiling.
Colville? Really?
What? What's wrong with Colville?
Everything, dude.
Colville. Isn't that the place with the lampposts that have the little cowboy hats on top of them?
Oh yeah, they have the cobblestone streets there. I went for a field trip once.
That place is too rich, even for me.
What, dude?
They put up those creepy smiling native mannequins on the sidewalks as decorations. Like it isn't grossly offensive noting its history.
Oh yeah, they shot that one big Western film there. I also love that, like, learning about Colville, you get to, like, pick up, like, each of the other characters' personalities a little bit, seeing, like, what did they feel was important about Colville? Jenna's like, these motherfuckers had, like, weird racist shit about natives. Carl was like, this place was too rich even for my blood.
Yeah.
TJ was like, they had pretty cobblestone roads and horses. And Chase is like, they shot Western films there and had cowboy hats on lampposts.
Yeah. And our buddy Daxton just lived there.
Yep.
And Daxter realizes his house. What the
This
fuck
is
is
the
wrong
place,
with this
dude.
friend group?
The one with Jack Gilhue, right? Or Jack Gilhue searching for some Finley's daughter that got abducted by the Meseta? The town sort of rode off the fame of that movie for the past 40 years, from what it seems like.
Dex is so awkward, and they're just tearing this guy a new one.
Welcome to the friend group, motherfucker. We're gonna ruin your entire childhood. If we couldn't have a childhood, you can't either.
I'd like to have my childhood, thanks.
Daxon looks at all of us, crossing his arms tightly over his chest.
It hasn't been doing as well as it used to.
Westerns aren't exactly as big as they used to be.
my gosh, they're so rude.
That's Chase there, that one.
Yeah, that was Chase.
It's kind of a shame that.
Jenna would say something like this.
I mean, yeah, because you gotta remember, she's descended from the Masetta tribe, and that movie
Yeah.
painted them out to be horrible villains.
Yeah, no, and that makes sense. And so that was just a cop-in. I was like, yeah, no, I'm not necessarily saying that's a good or bad thing, but yeah, no, it's like, she would.
Mm.
It's not really a surprise, noting how tasteless most of them were.
Carl shifts in his seat a bit awkwardly. DJ speaks up.
Speaking of Old West stuff, how goes the project, Chase? Leo said you couldn't hang out with us because you were working on it.
Jenna reaches into the backpack and pulls out a notebook, laying it out in front of her.
We were at the motel, so we did some research ourselves. If you want to discuss your findings, that is.
I feel a little put on the spot, mainly since most of what I've been doing so far has been shooting B-roll.
Apparently my house used to be a castle.
A castle?
Yeah, I looked up Carl's house at City Hall. The record showed this big medieval-looking place. There was some sort of collapse in 1915. Oh, so that's coming up in the smoke room at some point.
Living in a castle would be pretty cool. Not that I need more space, but you get what I mean.
Out Hendrix, the Lords of Echo.
Oh yeah, fucking Game of Thrones was big at this point.
I would watch that show.
Would probably have too much sex and violence for you, man.
Yeah.
I truly doubt there would be much of the former with you on it.
Carl lets out a little snicker before directing his gaze to the sizzling grill nearby. Even Daxon seems to smirk a bit.
If you say so.
TJ flinches at the lewd talk, and Jenna quickly shifts her tone.
You Chase.
Well, that's the thing. Carl's ancestors founded the town, but I think Flynn's family are the ones who mainly controlled it during the 20th century. There's tons of war names in the records of leadership positions.
We were too busy making ice cream, I guess.
I mean, if that's what you want to say about James Hendricks III, sure.
Speaking of, I'm starving. How much longer, man?
You know, that is actually one of the things I find funny. If you remember what James Hendricks III looked like in the smoke room, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Think about that, and think about the fact that Carl here is his direct descendant. Like, it's like 4 generations, I think. Like, James Hendricks III is like his great-grandfather. Isn't that wild? Like, how just 3 generations later, that's what's gonna happen to the family line. They look like Carl instead of James.
Which one is James?
He's the giant ram that's like owning the mines and everything in the smoke room. We've seen him a couple times.
Doesn't he have
Oh
like a
yeah.
monocle or something?
Yeah.
I was asking if he had like a monocle or something.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Okay.
He basically was the stereotypical rich guy.
Yes.
He calls out to Leo, the wolf looking over his shoulder.
Unless you want your hot dogs medium rare, just a little longer, yeah?
Jenna waves off the boys' banter, speaking to me
It
again.
really does have like dad vibes.
Who, Leo?
Yeah.
That's strange, noting Flynn's species. Reptilians weren't really trusted by majority society in this country until relatively recently.
I shrug. I'm not sure whether it's relevant to what I'm trying to cover. I mean, I haven't been able to find anything about the initial 1877 hysteria incident. Like, all those files are just gone. Okay, that's something that I have forgotten about, and I'm gonna quickly make that as a note that I need to pay attention to. So, I wanted to point this out remember like my multiverse theory, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we do know that in all the routes there was something that happened in 1915, and then in most of the routes something's going to happen here in 2015. I forgot that they mentioned an 1877 incident here in Flynn's route, so let me write that down real quick.
Did they not talk about that in the other routes?
I've never heard of it. This is the first time I've heard Chase mention an initial 1877 incident. But the other thing that I do know is that in Leo's route, it's heavily mentioned but never given an exact date that there was another one that happened during like the 60s. So they don't state like who, or they don't state when exactly it happened, but they do say like it's happening to us, just like how it happened to our parents and our grandparents.
I know.
And like Duke and Janice are not old enough to be like the direct grandchildren of the people from the smoke room. Well, yeah, it's 100 years difference in there. They should be actually like the great grandchildren or great great grandchildren. You know. So like something happened in the 60s as well that they're referring to beyond whatever happened in 1915. But it's only mentioned in Leo's route and not in any of the others.
Interesting.
So the 1915 one's important enough that it's mentioned in all of them, but the 1960 and the 1871 are only mentioned in one route each from what I can tell.
Interesting. So yeah.
You were gonna say?
Yeah, I would say. So it sounds like potentially it kind of depends on like what happens. Like what happens within the game's universe. Or I guess, yeah, what happens within like the route that we choose to like when one of the other previous hysteria events happens. That's interesting. But anyways.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I have like as a theory is that when depending on which route we're in, it doesn't just change like what happened between Route 65 to then. I think it also changes some of the things that happened previously, because we know from like a meta point that the smoke room's gonna actually have multiple endings. Like we've been told that there's already 4 routes, and we've been told that there's gonna be at least one good and one bad ending for each of the 4 routes. So that's 8 different timelines just from the smoke room alone.
Oh yeah, because it branches from there.
Mm-hmm. And like maybe they do reconvene later on, but they probably don't, honestly. I just don't see how they can make that many different alternate timelines for that game and have them all lead back into Echo. I think Echo is probably only a sequel to one of the 8 timelines, or maybe a couple of those timelines, but not all 8.
Especially because you pointed out that what's his name becomes kind of a real jerk to Chase.
Yeah, Sam.
Sam becomes a real jerk to Chase, which is not in Sam's general personality.
Yeah, so whatever happens to Sam to get him to be the Sam of Echo, it really has to fuck him up, and that must be one of the bad endings of the smoke room, is my guess. Either way, that's my multiverse theory so far, because, yeah, the other thing that I'm thinking is that here in Flynn's route, there was an initial 1877 hysteria incident that doesn't occur in the other ones, and then in Leo's route, there was a 1960s hysteria incident that doesn't happen in the others either. I think that the amount of times the hysteria even occurred might differ from route to route. Either way, I'll get back to the actual game and stop trying to make theories in the middle of our freaking playthrough. It's like all those files are just gone. I pause, chewing my lower lip as I remember something. There were some legal documents I found, concerning the mine.
No, but go on.
There was mention of some sort of messed up murder happening in the mine in 1915 that somehow resulted in a riot. No mention was made of the 1877 hysteria event, though. They are very bound and determined to make sure we notice this time there was an 1877 event.
Yep.
Jenna pulls her notes up, her eyes bouncing left and right as she speed reads.
Interesting. You mentioned that year earlier, 1915. The census recordings show that there was a large drop of population between 1910 and 1920. I couldn't find any economic justification for it since the mine continued to operate and the railroad line still and the railroad line still serviced Echo.
Daxton holds up his hand. Poke the Seb.
Oh, right. So, sorry, I'm trying to catch up to what you guys are saying. I'm trying to figure out here. Are you saying that these mine murders cause Echo to lose all its people?
The correlations do not imply causation, as any psych class will tell you.
They
But
do.
this is for Chase's video report, not an academic paper. You know how it is. You know how it is. Being interesting is more important than being thorough.
Jenna describing fake news.
Your piece should be called Top 10 Reasons Echo Depopulated the Eel Mine Murder. You won't believe reason #2. Like, throw some boobs up on the thumbnail image and post it on the Pueblo website.
I frown. I'm used to hearing how the internet age has made modern journalism sort of a joke now, but it still stings. This isn't for the website or anything. It's just a class project.
Then it matters even less, dude. You're not even getting paid. Hell, you're paying them thousands. They should give you some slack.
I need to build up my portfolio, because right now all it has is a fluff piece about the Pueblo's GSA's Pride concert.
You still got a few more days, Chase. It isn't like you can't do your project and hang out with us at the same time.
I don't know about that, TJ. It's a Friday. He's got Saturday. You guys are supposed to drive back Sunday.
Yeah,
No,
it's
let's
a
be
few more
clear.
days.
Okay. He wasn't studying. I mean, he was doing definite studying, but not for his project.
Okay, I will point out though, this is still the most prepared Chase has ever been for his project in any of the routes at this point.
Yeah, I was gonna say he did get to go to the town hall and get information from there.
Yep, he's
And
got
it was
a
also
good
the
amount of
getting-
info there. He's got B-roll of the mine. He's got it of the town hall, of the post office, and of the canyon itself. Like, he's got a lot of good footage too.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Yeah, so he's actually doing pretty good.
Yeah, it's funny. When he freaking thirsts after Flynn, that's when he does the best on his schoolwork.
Flynn is good for him, apparently.
Apparently.
For his
Somehow,
for his grades at the
somehow.
very least, in a weird,
I
messed
have
up
no
sense.
hoping.
Daxton looks a tad hangdog. I don't know what hangdog is.
I have no idea what that is.
I'm going to look that up, because that's a new word to me.
I don't know.
First time I've seen Hangdog.
Having a dejected or guilty appearance. Shamefaced.
Huh. I guess whenever you do tell a dog they're bad, they do have a very guilty, like, drooped.
They're like, oh, I'm sorry I exist.
Daxton looks a tad hangdog, speaking up from beside me.
I hope I'm not imposing on all y'all's reunion time.
I'll see what I can do, and you're fine, Daxton. The thought strikes me that tomorrow's the day Flynn plans to question TJ. I don't think anyone will be in much of a hanging out mood after that. Maybe I should warn him? After yesterday, I don't know if I should give a damn what Flynn wants. But maybe that's too harsh. Maybe I just don't want to think about him right now. I hear the sound of heavy steps in soil, and the wafting smell of cooked meat fills my nose.
Leo just slides back in.
Hey, I'm here still.
Glancing up, Leo's standing over me. He holds out a pair of tongs with a plate of bacon and hot dogs.
Buns and booze are on the... Buns and booze are in the cooler!
As if rehearsed, Jenna picks up a small plastic cooler from beside the table. She rips open the packaging and distributes the buns accordingly.
Is it just alcohol in there?
TJ sounds disappointed.
I got you some juice punches, Teach. Don't you worry.
Yeah, thank you.
So adorable.
He
It's
smiles
not even
appreciatively.
soda.
Yeah, it's juice pouches.
Yes.
Like he's like 10, if that.
I mean, TJ is baby of the group for a reason.
But juice pouches?
Okay, I'm
Hey,
not gonna
those
lie.
things are sick, dude.
Yeah, I was about to point out, like, if I went to a party and I had to make a choice between either drinking juice or drinking soda, I might be genuinely tempted to drink the juice if it's, like, a good flavor.
That is actually kind of fair.
Yeah, I guess it would depend on the juice. And or if it's like... if it's like a Capri Sun pouch, I'd be like, oh my gosh, I haven't had one of these in years.
If you want to go to my fast food, leftover over there.
Yeah,
It
like,
depends
if
on the flavor.
I would love, like, some cherry, like, juice or whatever. I know it's not real cherries or whatever, but I love artificial red food.
I like
Wow.
I like the orange flavor.
This first grade teacher is judging all of you right now.
Okay, all of us have an artificial flavor that we love. Don't lie to yourself. You, like, whenever you have, like, one of those, like, pops, like, from, like, the colored popsicles and everything, there's one that you're like, that color, that's the one that I like because I like the color. And I like the way that the color tastes.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
Funny
I've-
part.
Once I realized mine was red, I've had a lot better of a time eating fake crap, like, various Jolly Ranchers and everything. I'm like, oh, that one's red, I know I'll like that.
You're not wrong.
I loved orange. I loved yellow. Red, I think, was also a decent one for me too.
Mm-hmm. Well, Hannah and I have shared our secret shame flavors. How about the rest of you? Mutually assured destruction here?
I just
What?
fucking love
What are
all
we
of them, dude.
Oh, you love
Hey,
all
I'm
artificial
a
flavors? That's
junkie.
good.
I'm a junkie for sugary shit.
I don't know what
Excellent.
we're talking about.
We were talking about the
Like-
artificial flavors that you get from, like, various, like, little snacks, like Jolly Ranchers or, like, the frozen ice treats.
Oh,
Like, what's the
blue
flavor?
raspberry for me.
So you like
I love
you
that
like
one.
blue? Blue's like the flavor you like?
Sure.
Blue is a flavor I like.
I'm a red guy myself.
Ah.
But I don't like blue because it gets all over everywhere.
Yes, there's a funny story with that.
Oh my gosh, I had a kid bring in like the hedgehog cupcakes. And they were very cute and good for the kid. But they were blue dyed. And there was blue just everywhere after that. On their clothes, on their skin, on their teeth, on the desks, you name it. There was blue.
I'm just
It was-
imagining like you going into your classroom and seeing like a horde of little blue smeared children all walking around like zombies.
No, I'm just picturing now. It's like, yeah, everyone's covered in blue, and you just hear a slightly off-kilter.
I'm blue.
I'm the die.
Excellent.
Amazing.
Before we move on, Matt, everyone else has said their favorite artificial flavor. What's yours?
That's a good question. I really don't know. Not really sure, to be honest.
Okay. So are you like Seb, where like all are good in your opinion?
All are fine, to be honest, to an extent. Though I have to say, my least artificial is probably yellow and green.
Okay. I usually like the lime colors and lemon colors like that. The one that I don't like is grape. Grape is the one that I'm like, eh.
Grape is weird. It does taste like cough medicine.
Which is weird because
I
I
just-
actually somewhat like how cough medicine tastes.
I was
Yeah.
about to be like, you guys are shitting on all the flavors. I'm like, wait, I like all of them. I don't have a favorite one. Every single color that you say, I'll be like, you guys are sleeping on this color.
I mean, I shit on a lot of things, Seb.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
I like most
I would-
colors. It's just purple is the only one that I'm like, eh.
Yeah. Well, I think for me, like, it depended on, like, when the different colors were being used for different things. Like, I actually liked the grape-flavored cough syrups more than the cherry-flavored cough syrup.
Oh.
The cherry-flavored cough syrup was way too sweet for me, I think, which is saying something. Because I love my sugar in general. I did like the green Skittles. I also like the green, I like the green Jolly Ranchers. I think they're like apple or something, but I didn't like the aftertaste of it. So it's kind of a toss-up.
Nice.
Mm.
But it just kind of depended on in some cases. But yeah, in general, I usually liked orange and yellow a lot, and usually red, depending on what the thing was.
Yeah, orange and yellow was kind of like my second go-to colors if I couldn't get a red.
Mhm.
Alright, well, we should definitely get back to the plot. He smiles appreciatively. Daxton seems to peer curiously at the links before taking a hot dog for himself. Leo looks a bit reluctant towards Daxton.
You guys, eat meat?
Daxton's already absolutely covering his hot dog with ketchup.
By you guys, you mean salamanders?
This is basically, unfortunately, like Daxton going, "What do you mean, you people?"
Oh yeah.
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 Are you saying, is this because I'm, like it is, like,
Mm-hmm.
the equivalent of saying, like, you're just saying that because I'm Irish or something, right?
Yeah, but the thing is, we've been told multiple times that reptilian people in general in this world are treated very poorly. So they are definitely supposed to represent a minority race if you
Yeah, I
want
just
to give
wanna
like
say
a
that out loud.
comparison to like a human. And I do know Irish people were a minority at one point, but not by 2015. They were in 1915, not in 2015.
I was intentionally not saying a minority as I myself am not a current minority.
I mean, it's fine as long as like you're trying to like be empathetic and everything,
True.
and you're not saying racist shit yourself. Leo nods. I finally get a bun and begin to assemble my hot dog, wrapping it in bacon. That sounds good.
Yeah, right?
That really does sound good.
And bacon, but
It is
I'm
good.
hungry.
I was just thinking that. I was like, this sounds super legit. I would eat it.
Since that's applewood smoked bacon, that would be really good with a hot
yeah,
dog.
I love applewood smoke.
Yeah, dude, I'm about this. I want to eat it.
I like that this is the episode where like we're just talking about all the types of food that are unhealthy for us.
Well, it feels like a tone shift, right? Because, like, last episode was,
Super
It
intense.
was about dolphins.
So many dolphins.
It was an intense episode about
all
dolphins.
the recreational activities dolphins do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so, like, this is, like, it's kind of fun because I feel like in everybody's route, you see the worst of that person. And in the process, you see the normalness of all the other people. Like, you see how the rest of them are when they're just, chilling. And this is like, the rest of Chase's friends when they're just like, having a cookout.
Yeah, I mean that is the nice thing about this Friday is it does feel like a very relaxed, peaceful moment with the friend group.
Yeah. It's like a quick breath before, I assume, before all the horror hits the fan.
I mean, it's Friday, and as you know, shit hits the fan by Friday or Saturday.
Uh-huh. Which makes sense, because we just had a kind of weird scene, so it's like, hey, here's your, like, chill scene before we, like...
Think it's shit.
Uh-huh.
Alright, whenever
you a
you're
little
ready,
break.
Dax. Oh, you were saying, Hannah?
I was just saying, we're giving you a little break, and then...
Mm-hmm. Kind of the calm before the storm type of deal. Oh, who just joined?
Yep.
It's Sam.
Oh, hi,
Yeah.
Sam. We're here, we're eating hot dogs that are wrapped in bacon.
Yeah, dude. Well, they weren't just saying hot dogs, they were flavored hot dogs, too, right?
Oh, no, the hot dogs themselves were normal, but it was applewood smoked bacon.
Yep, we eat meat. My grandpa used to say that you should never trust somebody who doesn't.
Shit.
Carl looks up.
Except for Carl. He's cool and trustworthy as hell.
I do love that the Dax is like, I do love that Dax and Carl, they literally just met yesterday, and they're like, you know what? You're my new nerd BFF. High five.
Yep. You're my new nerdy introvert BFF.
Yeah, I love it.
The ram tries to force the tofu dog into his maw to hide his big smile forming on his muzzle. Jenna looks at them curiously, waiting for TJ to finish placing relish on his cut-up, bunless hot dog. Carl swallows, speaking up finally.
Cut up hot dog? Oh my gosh! He really is 10!
Wait, what?
Not 10 even, he's like 6!
Oh, for TJ?
It's cut up like you would with a small child.
It's cut up and bunless like you would for like a 6-year-old.
Oh God, TJ. TJ, why?
I guess, your grandpa's at least half-wise, dude, man.
Daxton shakes his head. I forgot about that!
Not really.
Oh my
He was a
god.
major species and hated Jews.
Oh shit! TJ chokes on his juice a little, and Jenna passes back a few times because I don't think any of us saw that coming.
No, we did not. I didn't.
Whose grandpas didn't?
You know, in real life, my grandpa did, thank fucking God.
Mine was good.
My grandpa was Jewish, so...
Oh man. Poor TJ. We're seeing
help
proof
me.
that TJ's basically a 6-year-old in this conversation. TJ stares at them, furrow-browed and wide-eyed.
TJ never had
Mine!
puberty.
My grandpa was a speciesist.
Boys.
Oh, TJ.
I also just remembered his grandparents would be in Canada.
Oh.
Yeah, that means they probably weren't speciesist.
Well, actually, no.
They were
Unfortunately,
Canadian.
so I do know that Canada has had some definite issues with its native population as well. And
Oh yeah, they did.
I just don't think that they have the same unfortunate history as America does with how we treated Jewish people throughout our own history. Really, honestly, it was only World War II where, like, we finally realized, oh shit, maybe we should cut back on the anti-Semitism somewhat.
Yeah.
Either way, Jenna gives us a look, speaking in that same old maternal tone she'd been using since she was 10. I merely shake my head. Neil comes around and sits at the remaining spot at the end of the table.
Chase.
I look up, quickly finishing my bite of bacon. That is my name.
Was gonna ask you earlier. I got my speaker set up, hooked up to my place, my phone. Pick us out some music, will you?
He gestures to a pill pod looking thing with his phone sticking out of it near the grill. Any guidelines?
Stay out of the sample music folder.
Do you guys remember what that's a reference to?
No. Oh, wait, never mind.
No?
I think I realized.
He
I'm not
smirks.
sure.
What a callback. I'll point out what the sample music folder was. So he mentioned in both his own route as well as Route 65 to Chase. So he said this to him multiple times. That's where he hides. Yeah.
Oh, that. Yep.
Uh-huh.
That's where you keep your
Oh my god.
I rise up to my feet and head over to the speaker.
Wait, the sample music folder on the Bluetooth speaker. Those people, and TJ says something like, "Those people seem like they're in pain. We should check."
Oh no, it'd just be the audio.
Yeah, that's why it'd be funny. TJ would be like, "Whoa, why are those people screaming? Are they okay?"
No.
What's with the trumpet in the background?
Oh no. I feel that would break him.
I pick it up
We're
and
in so weird mood today.
I mean, yeah, I think we're all just kind of relieved to not be repeating the aquarium.
Yep.
I pick it up and squint at the phone screen, the overhead sun casting quite a glare. I see a few playlists on here. Which one should I pick? I wish there was sample music as an option.
Because then we'd click it, right?
Oh, we so would've.
Hip hop and chill mix. Angels.
Is it Cousin Angels Rock?
Yeah. Cousin Angels Rock EP. Pop Summer Jams Club Beach Playlist. And Hip Hop and Chill Mix. And I will just give you guys a small spoiler. This won't change anything within the route, but it does change what music we get to listen to.
My jams.
Hip hop and chill.
Alright, so one
Summer
for
jams.
Hip Hop and Chills, one for Summer Jams, 2 for Summer Jams.
Yes.
Summer Jam.
Hip hop and chill.
Alright, so we got 2 and 2.
Like a lo-fi beats kind of thing.
Yeah.
Is that what hip hop and chill is? It's kind of like a lo-fi beats, just kind of in the background.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
hip-hop kind of stuff.
I think so.
That's
I
what
don't
I
remember for
think it
certain.
is. That's usually how lo-fi is described.
Well, how about this? Since we have a tie right now, unless Matt really wants to push the vote one way or the other, how about I let you guys listen to each one of them for a little bit, and you tell me if you like them.
Oh yeah, let's do that.
So, hip-hop.
Nah. I'm not really getting hip hop vibes from it.
Okay.
It's more
Alright.
like chill jazz.
I'm going to show
It
you
doesn't-
also the Cruisin' Angels Rock. Or Cousin Angels Rock.
Okay, not bad.
Almost distracting, but I love it. Wow,
Alright.
wow.
And then Summer Jams.
Second option.
Second option is definitely something my family would choose.
Second option is just a lot better.
I'm still picking the first one.
Alright, so
Yeah.
I've got...
More
So it's
vibes.
now turned into 2 votes for rock, 1 vote for hip-hop. What was yours, Seb and Hannah?
I think I'm gonna switch mine to the rock.
Okay, so that's
Rock
like a
is the
rock.
Oh
first
man,
one,
I'm
so-
so outvoted.
Alright,
I
so
feel-
then, yeah. We're doing
I
rock.
feel great.
Yeah, I did like the first one too. The Summer Jams though is a vibe that I was not expecting it to be.
Yeah.
Huh. Not super high quality, but it'll work. Wait, did he have something else to say about each one? Is summer music appropriate for spring break? Okay. Oh yeah, they each do say something unique for each one, but I'm just gonna quickly check Chase's thoughts. Kinda groovy. Alright, so...
Look, he only likes the chill
so
mix.
he likes the chill mix.
Huh. Not super high quality, but it'll work.
That's my cousin's band. Pretty good, yeah? That's really funny. Right after Chase just said they kind of suck.
It reminds me of Cherry Bloom, back when they were still in their garage band days.
I do love that Chase is proving himself to be a shit boyfriend for Leo no matter what, even when they're not together.
This
This
is just
man's
because they're
only
not
passable.
meant to be.
I find myself smiling a bit. TJ and Cherry Bloom were like Daxton and Astra. The Lynx pushes himself to his feet.
Good choice, Chase.
They're okay, I guess.
Leo reaches into the cooler and grabs a spare bottle of hard lemonade. He makes his way over, handing one bottle to me and keeping one for himself. I give Leo a grateful nod, hitting the bottle top against the edge of the grill to get the cap off. Unfortunately, the top just shatters, splaying shattered glass on the ground. Why did I ever think I have any coordination? I am Chase the Otter. I have no coordination!
I know.
How did you try to open a beer bottle and smash it instead?
Think about it. This kid thinks that that he could do things from movies and all of that. And you know how the cool guy will always somehow strike his bottle against a certain object and bam, the pop flies off and they can access his drink. It's all frothy and everything perfect. That's not how real life works. And Chase forgot. Or just didn't know.
Real cool guy can do
I mean,
that.
I have done that before. Open a beer bottle, over the countertop as a makeshift bottle opener. I've done it once or
Yeah,
twice.
but you didn't smack the beer bottle against it, right?
No.
You
Look at-
leveraged it.
Yeah.
I love their faces. TJ is like, oh. Dax is like, TJ is like, should I be concerned? Dax is like, oh shit. And Leo is like, oh no.
Not boyfriend.
Please don't shake me.
Christ! Leo just laughs, taking a swig of his own drink.
Well, I suppose with that little gesture, it's dancing time.
Smash bottle fans, legit.
Jenna stands up as well. I'm not sure if this is her type of music, but she begins swaying to the beat regardless.
Aren't you supposed to do this for a new boat?
I'm still eating.
Okay. Next thing I know, Leo's popping his shoulders up and rolling his arms. Leo used to be great at dancing, but that's when he was 4 inches shorter and 40 pounds thinner. He's kind of giving me a dad at a cookout vibes, which in turn is starting to give me a mild midlife crisis by proxy. TJ soon joins in, and the Link's doing some basic shuffles. I look down at my feet, realizing I shouldn't judge. Fuck it. I'm an otter, right? Natural entertainer. You guys want to dance? Huh?
Let's not dance with you.
Thank you, Jenna. Oh, Dax is pretty chill too.
Yeah, let's do Dax then.
So-
TJ.
So here's my offer. We can either do one person, or I can save, and we can go through all 4, so you can see how the different dances go.
Oh, I want to see all the dances.
Lady, down.
So is
I'm
everyone
scared.
Sure.
doing all dances?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and save then.
Lady, don't be a bad girl.
What if I
Be
want
bad.
to?
Oh, but she's just a perfect angel.
I need to pick
Mother, I am plotting.
I know, good for you.
Alright, so...
Where's the other two? Oh, there's one.
So who do we want to dance with first? Because we'll say whoever we want to actually keep for the plot last, okay?
Okay. We should dance with Leo first because I don't think anyone's gonna choose him.
I was
for
gonna
that.
say, yeah, let's see the trash fire that is Dancing with Leo.
Okay.
Slips his
Oh, Chula. I knew you'd pick me. Thank you, Chula. Come back! Wait!
Don't come back, not boyfriend.
I think we told this to the rest of the group. We saw a bar at Market.
Oh, yeah.
Called Chula Bottoms. No, it's Chula. La Chula.
Yeah, which would be the bottom.
Yep.
Like Chula, let's go to La Chula.
Oh, yeah. I'm not sure if it's exactly safe to drink out of a bottle with a broken top, but I might as well try. The cuts in my throats will make the alcohol work quicker, right?
Ugh.
I know. What the fuck, Chase?
What the hell?
Ew.
After avoiding Leo for the past day, it might be best to not ignore him right now. I'm still wary as hell about the way Leo has been acting, and embarrassed over my own behavior. But he's still Leo, and he's the closest I've gotten to another person. Plus, somebody needs to stop him from doing that lawnmower move for the 8th time in a row. He spots me walking toward him, and his whole face seems to light up.
Yula! Otter!
Leo!
Dance with me?
I smile lopsidedly. Somebody has to.
Lame.
I can feel the other's eyes upon me as Leo and I move a little closer together. I keep things simple, doing some basic 2 steps with a rolling of my waist, no gimmick moves. Leo begins catching on and does the same. We've done this before, after all. Leo dragged me to every prom, junior prom, and homecoming dance there was. Haters be damned. I wasn't much for those sort of things, but he was the varsity football guy, so by unwritten high school law, he was expected to go to those things.
We still good to talk later?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Leo's gaze drifts past me towards the table. He's quiet for a moment, simply moving to the rhythm.
Hey,
Hmm?
do you remember when we...
Takes me a moment, but my eyes widen, and I begin to feel my neck burn. Oh, God.
Hey, you were the one...
I like that DJ can't say it.
Oh no!
Hey, you were the one who insisted putting ketchup on your hot dogs.
Alright, we're back from my internet crashing. And,
Yay!
You know, this episode, after it crashed, I realized,
Oh,
we're
no.
about an hour...
I'm gonna be so mad when he gets back.
Yeah.
Oh,
know it,
no.
I can hear them every time. I can hear them every time. We're gonna end the episode here.
I just
We'll
picture
be
when we
back
get
soon,
Alan back.
when I
he's
have
gonna be,
internet.
like, planting curse word after curse word.
No. I'm used to this
Yup.
at this point. Either way, I hope you all have a good night. We'll talk to you guys next week. So, here I am saying goodbye. Bye!